guys, Jonathan with ACS Composite. Today I'm going to go over how to install splash guards, rock guards, and the different options that are available for your C7 Corvette. Let's start by looking at what comes stock on all C7 Corvettes, whether you have a Stingray, Grand Sport, Z06, and even a ZR1. It looks like this. It doesn't, on a car, you can see this one just came off a car, it's a little dirty. It really does nothing. They just call this a trim piece. And let's go over to our new 2019 Sebring Orange Z06. You can see them and they're installed right here. Really all it's doing is kind of protecting the wheel liner in the car. And we don't really care about that too much. What we actually want to protect though is our beautiful paint job on the C7 Corvette. And if you come from the other side over here, you'll see that the tire on the C7 actually sticks out. If you look at it, perpendicular to the car or parallel with the car. The rocks are going to fly off these wheels. They're going to start threatening the paint quality and start damaging, rock chipping, what have you. You're going to have an expensive repair on your hands. So the goal with splash guards and rock guards is really to extend out further out here and start blocking what the tire is shooting out. And obviously you can see what comes stock on the car is really just not doing the job. The first piece you can get that you're offered usually at the dealership is the GM accessory. And we can come look at it over here. This is what it looks like. Really all it's doing is it's extending out about, let's measure it here. It's just under an inch sticking out from the car. So if you want to put it up against the car over here and see what it looks like, obviously it is sticking out a little bit further than what you had before, so it's already better than the current one. But realistically, you're still seeing the tire. You're still getting rock chips that are managing to get to the paint and damaging it. So it's not really a full solution, if you will. We then came out with our splash guards, would actually measure bigger than the GM accessory. And if let's take a look at them and see how big they are compared. Now we're reaching close to 1.5 inches, so we're almost doubling the protection on these. And then finally, we just came out with our rock chip cards, and they are, for lack of a better word, they're monstrous. Let's take a look here. They're just at 2 inches, maybe 2.25, and they really stick out. And you're going to see now, I'm going to show you, when you put them against the car, they're really blocking all of the tire, so the tire is no longer visible. When you look at it from this way, the tire is now tangent with what we call the bladed shield on the side. So it's really just catching all the rocks, any sort of road surface debris, stone chips, twigs, what have you. Everything's getting caught inside here and just not damaging your paint anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead now and show you how to install them, remove the trim bezel, so you can feel safer when you're driving your Corvette. So you're gonna need ultimately only really one tool for this job, because these are clipped in here, and underneath, I'm going to show you in a minute here, that they're bolted in with a 7mm screw. So all you need is a ratchet or some sort of tool that's going to be able to remove the 7mm ratchet. So if you look underneath the car right now, obviously it's easier because we have the car on ramps, so if you can get your car on ramps or lift your car up, it makes the job a little easier, but you can certainly do this on the road, and all you need to do is just lay down, identify the 7mm screw here, get your ratchet, and start removing it. So now that the bolt is loosened and removed, kind of struggling here. Make sure you don't lose it, obviously. Put it somewhere safe so you don't forget where it is, because you are going to need it again. I like to just put it somewhere near where I'm working. And then if you want to come around here, these, as I said, are clipped in, so now no more tools, it's just a matter of pulling it out. If this is your first time ever removing them, you might be a little worried to break some clips, but I can assure you it's actually pretty easy. I like to start from the bottom. Some people like to go from the top. The reason why I don't like going from the top though is because you tend to have to go in with your fingers on the side here. And if you have, if your nails are a little long or what have you, you might sort of like chip away at the paint. So that's not something we really want to do. That's why coming from the bottom, I grab the tab underneath. So I'm going to show you actually where I'm grabbing. If you look underneath here, I'm kind of just pulling down on this tab a little bit and kind of putting pressure towards the tire. Now as I'm doing that, you're gonna see it's peeling away over here. And there's a little gap, and that's where I can kind of get my finger in and just pull. You know, the pressure I kind of did towards that way was very minimal. So now I'm just kind of working my way up and just getting my hand in there and not really getting my hand close to the paint. And I'm just pulling away and then pulling the last one away. And that's really all it takes to do. As I said, there's clips here holding them in place. And I'm gonna get the other piece so we can see how to install the other splash guards. So our first version here of the splash guard is the one that measured about 1.5 inches, so they stick out further than the GM accessory. These ones don't install with the clips. They actually install using the 15mm bolts holding your wheel liner in place. So if we look on the side over here, you can see there's bolts here that are holding the liner in place. To install these, you would just basically come in with a screwdriver with a 15mm, loosen all these out, take them out, then just put on the splash guard like that and then reinstall the bolts. So you're not drilling, it's fairly easy. But with our new rock guards now, the job gets even easier with our new rock guards. We've utilized the clipping system that GM has used, so you don't need to drill anything. They're going to install in the same spot. So it's pretty easy to install these rock guards. You're basically starting from the bottom. I like to start from the bottom. You can go from the top, but I've noticed in the past just going from the bottom, working your way up is the best way to go about this. So you're just lining the clips up with the holes, and then you're just applying pressure into the rock guard from the back end, and that's really about it. I mean, there's really no other special tip that I can give you other than just start from the bottom, push one way in, and then slowly lift your hand up and push in the rest of the clips. You'll know they're installed properly once the seam between your front fender is seamless, really. There should be no gaps between it. It's a nice tight fit, and then once you have it matched up, you can go and put the SEM screw in. So here's the 7mm bolt that we had taken out before. Now we're just going to reinstall it in the same location that we had removed. So just go in underneath, start tightening it, and once you have it tightened on, you're good to go.